Hi everyone.
Hello.
This is a new edition of Book Scoop, and we first want to tell you about two things that are about to happen in the library.
So on January 26th, you might have heard this, but we still have space available. Part of Winterfest, we've invited Jacob Suva, who's a local illustrator and author, to come to the library, and he's going to do a workshop. One for kindergarten through 6th grade from 4 to 5 p.m. and one for adults and teens, grades 7 through 12, from 5:30 to 6:30 p.m. So he's going to do some drawing, he's going to show some of his books, he's going to do a reading, probably more for the younger kids, the reading. And for the adults and teens, he's going to talk a little bit about publishing. It's going to be a great time. I've seen him before. He's fun and engaging. So please register. Contact the library and you can sign up for that.
Yep. And he has wonderful books, and we have them all in the collection.
Yeah.
So check out his books. And in February break, the winter break, on the 20th and the 21st, we have a writing workshop for kids 3rd through 5th grade with Priscilla.
Yeah.
The first day, we'll be playing a game that teaches how to develop a plot line and how to make an interesting character. And then the second day, you get to write your own story, adventures or fantasy, whatever you like. Sign up for that too in the library.
And it's scheduled for the morning time, I think,
yes,
right?
10 till noon, something like that. Yeah, 10 till noon.
So watch the website for the specific dates or just contact us and we'll let you know.
Yes. And then we have two books, actually 2.5.
Right.
I read this book, Red Harvest, by Michael Cherkas. It is an adult graphic novel about something that really happened. It's historical fiction in Ukraine, but it's not very widely known. It's in the 1930s when Stalin took all the food out of Ukraine and either sold it or had Russians eat it. And Ukraine was left with no food at all. The population was decimated because of it. And this book tells about it. It tells the story through the eyes of a young boy who survived. That makes it a little easier to digest. But we also follow a plot line. For example, his sisters is a very, very interesting one because she starts, for several reasons, sort of to cooperate with the Russian regime. And that creates tension in the family in very many ways. It's a black and white drawings book, which is very appropriate for the topic. They're beautiful drawings. It's not a easy read, but it does not take very long. So if you're looking for something to read in just an evening, it ends on a positive note. I'll say that.
Oh, that's nice.
But I won't tell you what, because then I give away the entire story. So, Red Harvest by Michael Cherkas.
I had not known about this part of history until I read a middle grade book this last year about the same thing. And I have said many times, I like learning about history through reading fiction books. You know, you have to decide what is actually true, but it helps you get an understanding of what it was maybe like.
Yeah.
Another history book. This is a middle grade book called Light and Air by Mindy Nichols Wendell. I picked this book because after I read it, I realized that she is from the school that my sister graduated from, but also upstate New York. And it's not very often that we get an upstate New York author. This is a historical fiction set in the 1930s in Buffalo area. And it's about tuberculosis. And so the girl, Hallie, which is short for Hallelujah, her mom ends up with tuberculosis. That's not giving anything away. It says it right in the beginning. And she ends up at a tuberculosis hospital. which was a real place, and I looked it up. The author stumbled upon it when she was driving around and then did research because she wanted to know more about it, and that encouraged her to write this book. So her mom ends up in a tuberculosis hospital. She ends up at the tuberculosis hospital also. Her dad is not a nice guy. She doesn't get along with him very well. While she's at the hospital, she kind of finds family in the other girls and adults who are at the hospital. She's not allowed to see her mom while she's at the hospital, so she's kind of separated and her mom is separated. It's a little bit heavy for a middle grade book. I certainly wouldn't recommend it for third graders, but fourth and fifth, maybe you want to read it together. I learned a lot from it. It was a really good book about family, about friendship, and what's important in life. This book also ends on a good note. And I just wanted to show you a picture book that came in because I think it is so cute. It's called Buffalo Fluffalo, and it's got fun rhyming words throughout it. It's about this big mean buffalo, and then, well, maybe he's not as big and mean as we thought at the beginning. So that's what we have.
Okay, thank you for watching, and see you.